What's up, guys? This is Amari, and this is my life. So, today, I felt like giving y'all a life update because y'all need one, right? So, as y'all know, I don't know if I'm going to post this today or wait till tomorrow, but it is, what is today? February the 18th. Friday, February 18th, y'all. And if I counted correctly, I have 70 days. 70 days until I graduate college. Um, it's a lot. Okay, when I say it's a lot, it's a lot. I have been ripping and running, stressing and overstressing, understressing, going crazy, pulling hair. Like, it's been a lot to get everything in order the way I want it to. Um, so my graduation is April 29th. I found out yesterday that I graduate at 5:30. Because of COVID, they separated us based on majors. So one of my friends is graduating at 1:30. So good thing is we'll be able to see her graduation. So she graduates at 1:30. And me and my roommate, we graduate at 5:30, which is great. The only thing that sucks is we have 6 people, but we have to sit next to our family, which is it's not horrible, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't want to do that because so let's just say this is the stage, right? And we're back here. I don't know if y'all can tell, but yeah, we're back here. Why would I want to walk from through my family, around somebody else, and walk up the stairs, get my degree, and then walk off? I want it to be like how I know when I was in high school, what we had was everybody was graduating, sat in like a section. You have family on the bleachers, which of course we don't have bleachers here because it's a college campus, but you could just have chairs in the back for the family. And then do that, right? So they said you're allowed to have 6 guests, including yourself, if we're outside. And then you can have, they have space for other people to be. Excuse me. But if we're inside, we can have 4 guests, including ourselves. So that's only 3 other people that I can have if we're inside. I'm just like, dang it. Because there's so many people that I plan on coming, but also I'm having a graduation party the next day, so it's no big. But that is like the last thing on my mind right now. Let me just tell y'all what happened. So January 14th hit, and we came back to school. Since then, nothing but graduation has been on my mind. I have 2 classes in person right now, 3 classes altogether. Starting March 4th, I think, not March 4th. I think starting after our break, so after spring break, which will be the 14th, I believe that I'll be starting my 2 other classes. One of my other classes is my internship that I already take. I'm just getting college course credits for it. And the other one is African American Studies 2, which I took African American Studies 1 first semester last year. No biggie. Everything's good. Everything's great. I'm trying to think. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so like I said, I have 2 in-person classes, 1 online class. The 1 online class, what I do is she normally uploads our work on Mondays. And so, yeah, she'll upload the work Monday. It's due by Thursday. And then we have to review our classmates by Sunday. I normally finish that work on Monday because I'm just like, I don't really want to waste my whole week because I only have 2 classes. My other 2 classes are on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's just 1 class each day. So Tuesday my class is at 3:05 and Wednesday my class is at 12. Literally their senior, well, 305 class on Tuesdays is a senior seminar. So I just pretty much turn in my work on Blackboard, go to the class, we have a discussion, that's it. My other class, we have a discussion on Mondays in our Marco Polo, and then we go to the class for another discussion. So it's just like, oh, there's so much, right? Which is no biggie, it's no problem, because at 1:15 on Wednesday, I'm done for the rest of the week until the next Tuesday officially. Which is no biggie. But y'all, lately I have been trying to get everything for graduation settled, everything for graduation figured out, and I have just been going crazy, right? So first, I had to figure out. First of all, we had to apply for graduation. The last day to apply was last Friday. Matter of fact, last Friday was the last day to apply for graduation, so the 11th. I applied for graduation way before that. I think I applied for graduation as soon as I got back. I applied for graduation because I was like, yeah, I'm not waiting. I'm not wasting no time. Nothing. So I applied for graduation. I'm like, oh, yes, graduation has been applied for. Good. Then, after I applied for graduation, I'm like, okay, when is the day for us to pick up our capping gown? It's like, oh, yeah, February 22nd and 23rd. From 10 to 4, they'll be in the bookstore. So I'm like, good. Then, I had to contact my guy to customize my cap. Y'all, I was stressing because he no longer lives in Beaufort, where I'm from. He lives in Columbia, I think. So, I have to wait until he comes to Beaufort in order to customize my cap. Y'all want to know when he's going to be here? He's here this weekend. The weekend before I get my cap. Y'all, when I said I was so stressed, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to take my pictures. I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to do that. So I had to contact my photographer, and he's like, oh yeah, when do you want to take your pictures? I'm like, now I got to push it back. First of all, because my class ring, I ordered that like the first week I got back. So like the second week of January. And they're like, oh yeah. Because they don't tell you how long it's going to take. Because, of course, they have orders and everything. But they're like, yeah, I contacted them, like, I want to say 2 weeks ago, maybe. And they were like, oh, yeah, you're not going to get that until the second week of March. So don't worry about it. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. Now I got to wait for that. I got to wait for the guy to customize my cap. That customizes my cap. I got to wait for him to get back. Then I got to wait for my photographer so we can figure out certain days. Gotta make sure my outfits are together. Gotta make sure my nails are done. My toes are done. And I'm just like, oh my god, y'all. Graduation is so much. And I was stressing for a while because I was like, oh my gosh, I want to get my hair done. But I have locks. So I'm like, people don't want to braid. I was like, I don't really want to braid. I didn't want braids. I want a Singhalese twist. But then I was like, I can't keep those in for long, so I don't want to waste my money and not be able to keep my Singhalese twist in for long because I have locks. Y'all, I have been stressing. And then spring break is coming up, and I'm like, I want to do something for spring break. This is my last spring break before grad school. I've been getting rejection letter after rejection letter from grad schools, and honestly, I'm not stressed about it because of the fact that, like, why would I be? I don't know. It's just like, you only need to get accepted into one, right? But at the same time, it's like, if it's for me, it's for me. But speaking of that, that kind of leads me into my other segue of, like, not letting certain things in your life feel like you're not worth it, make you feel like you're not worth it. So I want to say this. I am a person that believes in all things happen for a reason. It's hard to stick by that motto sometimes when you feel like you work so hard and you don't get anything to show for it. When I was in high school, my best foot was always forward. I do not like reading, but I know that it's required for classes. And I know that you have to do it. So I do what I have to do to make sure that I read or I understand what needs to be read, and I understand what I'm doing. I love writing, and that's like my number one thing. However, standardized tests are not my thing. I took my ACT and my SAT. I took the ACT twice, and it's the SAT I don't even know if I took the SAT. Matter of fact, now I'm thinking about it. So I took the ACT twice. The first time I think I got a 16. The second time I think I got a 14. I was not hurt because I know that those are not, well, those kind of are like some of the main requirements for college. But I said, I took it once, I took it twice, I took it 2 times. The school is only getting my 16, and we're just going to leave it at that, right? I got accepted here on a probation. That probation was lifted my first semester. It was on a probation because of the score, but my GPA proved it. My GPA proved, like, you got this, which was I think it was a 4.0 if I'm not mistaken, or a 4.2 or something like that. I can't remember exactly what my GPA was when I was in high school, but it was high. Came here, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. My first semester, the first semester of my sophomore year, I failed a history class because originally when I got here, history was my major. And everybody told me, they were like, yeah, history is the best thing for law school. And it's not. Don't let people lie to you and tell you that, because history is not the best. English is, because the LSAT is literally an English test. So don't let people lie to you. So, what was I saying? Sorry. So, once I failed the history class, I changed my major to English. I was smooth sailing since then. I've been struggling. Not struggling, but I've been taking my classes, and I must say struggling. I've been struggling to bring my GPA back up. My GPA went from a 3.5 to a 3.0. No, from like a 3.5 to a 3.1 or something like that. Every semester I've been getting 3.5s per semester, but my GPA is just barely moving, barely moving. I finally got it to a 3.3 this semester. And last semester. Last semester, my GPA for the semester was a 3.6. I was like, oh my God, that's great, doing what I gotta do. When I first, I first started turning in applications for law school, I was coming back, rejection. I've received 7. My first couple of rejections, people were telling me like, oh, we rejected you because your LSAT score is not high enough, which I'm okay with, I understand. And also because of your GPA. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, well, this is a 3.3. So my question is, what else? Like, what are you guys looking for a 4.0? Because if this is on a 4.0 grading scale, 3.3 is not bad. But also, the LSAT score is a big factor, I'm going to guess. Because I know, well, of course the LSAT, which is the test for the school, will of course be a big factor. But I just feel as though, since there are so many other aspects to the application process itself, I don't understand why the LSAT is the biggest portion, if that makes sense. Like, I could understand when you're going to undergrad, they ask for your transcript, your GPA. No, they ask for your transcript, which your GPA is on your transcript, and your ACT or your SAT score. That's literally like the 2 things that they ask for. Maybe they ask for like your resume and like a paper. That's it. When you go to law school, ask for your LSAT score, your transcripts. They ask for so many. I can't even remember how many other things they ask for, but they ask for so much stuff, and it's like this. But then you deny me because of one of those things. And then the thing that really kills me, I hate this part that they say, the schools that denied me because of my LSAT score, they all said to me, actually all the schools said it, but the ones that denied me because of my LSAT score, this one ticked me off even more. They all said on it, they said, if you get accepted into another school and you would like to come here for your second year, we will definitely consider it once you can show us better grades. My first rejection letter actually told me, retake your LSAT and reapply, and we will accept you. So, I think some schools, of course, like others, probably have a lot of different, they probably have a lot of, I can't get the word out, a lot of applications, which is okay. That's fine. That's considerable. But I just don't like the way that some schools go about sending your rejection letter. I just don't like it. I understand. I know that my LSAT score is not the best because, like I said, standardized testing me and we are not best friends. I took that LSAT 3 times. First time, I got a 137. I bawled my eyes out for like 2 days straight. The second time, I got a 140, which it boosted me up because it brought me from the 7th percentile to the 13th, which made me feel amazing about myself. Even though there was only a 3 point difference, the percentile changed, so it made me feel different. The second time I got it, I mean the third time I took it, I actually um got a lower score than I did the first time. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go with the first score. I mean the second score, and I'm gonna submit it. I'm gonna be okay. I told myself that if by April 29th, which is my graduation date, if I'm not accepted into at least one school, I'm going to retake the LSAT. What that means for me is crunch time because at this point, applications are not. I'm not. I'm actually pretty happy with applications for law school because they're not due until like really close to when it's time for law school to start. So it gives you a good bit of time. I think the only thing that's kind of like frustrating for me is the fact that I do have other things that I have to do. And yes, I understand that the LSAT is pretty important, but I also have other things in my life that need to be taken care of other than just the LSAT. Which my mentor, she always tells me, she's like, you know what? Don't be upset that you got a low score because some people don't even make it to actually take the test. They'll sign up for the test and then they'll chicken out. She was like, I'm proud of you for just taking it in general. And I'm just like, I'm so grateful for her because she is amazing. But I said all that to say this. Whatever you set your mind to, you're going to accomplish, or you can accomplish. You just have to be willing to keep trying. In 2020, a lot of people started new things that they weren't completely sure about, but they started it and it became something. In 2020, I started baking. Now I have a business, Cupcake by Key LLC. It's it's like every time when I make something, I'm not a professional business. So when people are like, "Can you make this?" I'm like, "I can try." And they're like, "All right. When you get it, let me know." People are like, "Can you make this?" Yeah, I'll make it for you. I look up a recipe and I make it. And some people don't realize that you can go somewhere and be the same people with the same skills and one person could get it over the other, and it's not based on what you did because you could have, let's just, I saw this thing where they were talking about like bread companies. There are who knows how many different bread companies, but everybody doesn't buy the same bread because the bread does not taste the same from everybody. I make chocolate chip cookies. My grandma makes chocolate chip cookies. My mama and my brother do not like chocolate chip cookies, but they will eat my chocolate chip cookies before they eat my grandma's. I'm not saying that's factual. I'm just saying, like, there's, first of all, I live in the house with them, so that's that. But then, who knows? It could be a taste thing, it could be a texture thing. There are so many different aspects of something that could be different. I came to this school with other people that I'm pretty sure probably had a 16 on their ACT scores. It might have been on probation the entire year of their freshman career. I got off of it my first semester. It depends on how you work for the things that you want. God never puts something in front of you or gives you a thought in your mind that He knows you can't accomplish. I know I will accomplish law school. My plan is to go to law school for 3 to 4 years, depending on which law school I go to. I can finish my JD in 3 years. And I plan on I plan on starting my life in whatever state it is that I go to law school in. And then in 10 years, I plan on moving back home and opening my own law firm. That's my plan, and I'm sticking to it, and there's nothing that's ever going to change it. So, with that being said, it's your plan. You're going to stick to it, and there's nothing that's going to change it. Remember, like I said, all things happen for a reason. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.